Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. There we go. It worked this time. Okay, continue. So we're playing the Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. A man has been wrongfully arrested because, I don't know, the cops are racist, probably. I think that's what's happening. The cops are corrupt. Surprise! But the defendant is a Japanese man who's studying English in England. And he was the only one around, I guess, when the murder took place, so they assumed it was him. Phoenix and Susie have, sorry, not Phoenix, Hamburger and Susie, or Susato, have been assigned to the case because no one else is going to represent this man, and otherwise he'll die, so they're stuck doing it. At the end of the last part, we went to Herlock Sholmes' residence because apparently he was the one who helped with this case, and he deduced some stuff to figure out what was going on. So we went to his apartment, and instead we found Iris Wilson, aka Hot Dog Wilson, who is like a 10-year-old child genius, who works for and is roommates with Herlock Sholmes. Don't we have a terrible track record of representing people that have no one to rep them, like they're actually guilty anyway? I mean, that did happen last time, but I'm hoping that's not the case this time. I think this case is... Oh, I just realized my green screen is really bad. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so I think what happened, I think that, yeah, unless it's ourselves, and then, and then we're fine, I guess? I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm assuming that, I think this case is gonna be, like, the police are corrupt. I'm pretty sure that's where this is leading. Yeah, corrupt racist police, yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. Sounds like an everyday thing. Fuck the police. 19th of February, 2:38 p.m., Briar Road. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation. Perfect! So let's go find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Gregson is the... Wait, is Gregson the one with the chips? The fish and chips? Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip that Iris gave us for him. Oh yeah, she was gonna bribe him. Okay, I remember. Telling you that snowman's important. I'm still waiting for Herlock to pop out of it. He's gonna be very cold at this point, though. Okay, so we have to present, the tip. Hold on, let's examine this first, because I don't know if we did. This is a 5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown. Yes, and you can tell it, or you can train a Scotland Yard detective to do whatever you want with just a single one. Iris must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world. How much is 5 shillings, by the way? What's it really worth? Well... It's probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month. That's greasy. Yes, bribery. Yes, she is bribing the cops. Yeah, 100%. This 10-year-old child is bribing the cops. Iris's little handwriting is adorable, isn't it? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem? Yes. The handwriting might be adorable, but the message is ominous. There's no room for sentiment there. I'm sure it's simply the way you're interpreting it, Mr. Hamburger Johnson. Anyway, I do hope the inspector will tell us what we need to know when he reads it. You don't think it'll just make him munch piping hot chips until steam comes out of his ears, do you? Well, that wouldn't be an entirely terrible outcome. I've yet to have good fish and chips. I don't like fish, so... in general, I don't like cooked fish. I especially don't like cooked fish. I'll eat, like, sushi. some sushi, but cooked fish, bleh. But I like fries. I'm a huge fan of fries. Okay, let's present this. Does cooked fish taste like dirt fish as well? No, it's a little bit different. Hold on, I want to present this, not look at it again. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris... From Miss, Hot Dog Wilson. What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? Give that here, at once! Come on, hand it over, that's for me. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? Chipman. Come to find out that Gregson just owns the local Five Guys. Five Guys burgers and fries. Man. What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee. That's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean... That's right, for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me, every time. Oh, it's not a bribe. Okay. It's not a bribe, but she made it look like a bribe. It's his royalties from appearing in the fucking magazine. Yes, yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what did you want to know then, eh? Sorry? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsumi's lodgings. Gregson has amazing grip on those taters to not send them flying. I know, right? There's a little piece of fish in there, too. Yeah. Yeah, it is a powerful stand to have infinite fish and chips, right? The little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. Hovel? Hovel. It's just over there, look. On the first floor of that house in the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garrideb. Garrideb? Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector. We will. Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship. Yeah, hard house to find. I know, right? Like, literally across the street from the crime scene. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsumi's lodgings? Definitely. Breaking and entering! That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? It sure has a long and interesting history. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. According to Inspector Gregson, that's the house where Mr. Natsumi has lodgings. Just across the road from where the incident took place, I see. It must be awful for Soseki-san, getting caught up in something like this in a foreign land. I did hear that Microsoft is purchasing Activision, and I hate that. I hate that it's just, like, some huge conglomerate of video game companies, and they own all, like, the major... I don't know, it's not great. It's really not great. Like, I mean, it's obviously, like, everything that happened with Activision Blizzard is garbage and trash, but also, like, Microsoft owning them now is bad. Okay, let's move over here. New location has been added. Yeah, it does, yeah. It's not great. It's really not great. You want more creativity, you want more competition. You can't have everything be like... I don't know. Microsoft shareholders apparently forced Microsoft to open an internal investigation into handling of sexual harassment and gender bias. Oh. Yeah, I remember reading something about that before. Yeah. Activision is also the publisher for Sekiro. Oh. Wonder if they also publish Elden Ring. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of pissed off gamers if Call of Duty becomes an Xbox exclusive and Diablo. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Regardless. I mean, it still sucks that the fucking dude who, like, owns Activision Blizzard is getting, like, $70 million for severance or some shit. I don't... It's... Video games. Video games. Video games. I'm gonna stop talking about this now. May I help you? Yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garadib? Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Hamburger Johnson. Mr. Johnson is representing Mr. Soseki Natsumi. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. What's this lady? What? One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb. Did you see that? Oh, did you see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid. Oh, God. I know. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've seen one in the flesh! Oh, this day just keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? We need to only meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, now I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Oh, they're so cute! We're gonna talk about the cannon. Yeah, there's just a random fucking cannon in here. Susato would adore Downtown Abbey. Yeah. Bandai Namco's doing Elden Ring. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited for Elden Ring. I played the beta, the online test. Amazing. Amazing. I'm very excited for it. It was actually, like, there was a decent amount of stuff in that demo, too. Like, I actually got to fight, like, 4 different bosses, I think? 5? It was great. I'm super excited. I don't want to say too much about it, because, like, spoilers or whatever, but... okay. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadeb will see you now. This way. Who's this? Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's, I guess we're gonna go see what's up with this cannon, huh? That's a full-sized cannon. What's it doing in here? Oh my. It's real. I thought it might be a replica. That old thing. Bah! That's a little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate that he's stirring his fucking tea with a fucking pipe. Disgusting. Really? Isn't it overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is gonna throw at you next, boy. Don't boy me. Do you think that there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrideb? There always is! Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon there, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack? No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Oh boy. I noticed you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrideb. Do you enjoy reading? Ever experienced a London winter, boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Rance magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrideb enjoys the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. Tell me about this. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though. That old thing? Pah! Not much better than rags, really. Oh? Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. Would have gladly thrown out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. None of those are fucking straight. Absolutely none of them! What, that old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way. Bally? Bally? What does that word mean? Oh, it's a euphemism for bloody. Oh, it's a censoring of bloody? Okay. Okay. Keeps the bloody thing out of my way. Wondering when it was on his head in the painting in the back. Yeah, no, it's his hair. It's totally his hair. I like that he made all of his hair sharp just in case the enemy attacks. He looks like a fucking, like, moon. Like a crescent moon. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose? There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation. Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet. One's own trumpet, sorry. But I was given that for my time in the army. You can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Yep, well-distinguished participation, yeah. Indeed. Wow, Marvel's Moon Knight marketing's really gone over the top. Yep, good joke. Good joke. Yeah, distinguished participation. Yeah, I get the impression this guy is, kind of an asshole. Who didn't actually do anything and just has a bunch of medals up because it looks cool. That portrait of Mr. Garrideb is staring at me, I swear. Glaring at me, sorry. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrideb as well? Yeah, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yes. Seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. Okay, I'm cracking up at the fact that they chose to replace bloody with bally. Can I get some opinions from people who are in the UK who are in this chat? Is this like a thing? Is this a thing people say? Is bally a thing that people say that they censor bloody with? No? Okay. But yes? Okay. Huh. Okay. In point of fact, now that I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Suzato-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter. Well, now I know. I'm not saying that I've said it. While stirring While stirring my coffee with my pipe, straddling my cannon at the back of my room. Yep. You own a cannon? Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, sure. Surely, sorry. It seemed... Sorry, I'm getting too excited, and I'm, like, skipping over words. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm gonna have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Ahem, ahem! Maybe let's not, Miss Suzato. Okay, so there's clearly some evidence behind there, huh? I think the maid's gonna head us off with a cup of tea. Ahem! Ahem! Is that everything over here? Okay. Susato's so nosy. We're investigating! What's up? Are there, like, cracked pickle jars up here? What is going on? What? Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my! A genuine London dresser? Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken, and the crockery is... Oh dear! It's in pieces. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that chinaware justice. Ah! I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yeah, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply here. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? It looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrideb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, and it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrideb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. Yeah, he does. It does look like a moon. It does look like a moon. I'm not sure exactly what the pun with his name is yet, but don't look it up because it's probably spoilers, so We'll figure it out, I'm sure, eventually. This window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh, yeah. I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Does this thing open at all, I wonder? I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. Sorry? As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. Huh. Okay. I want to know what's behind this fucking bookshelf. Good day to you. John Garadeb at your service. We probably should have checked them first, right? Instead of, like, going through their house, you know? Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Hamburger Johnson. He's a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Hello, controller? Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maywand, don't you know? He used to be an adventurer, but then he took a shot to the knee. Yeah. Took it. That's very good. I'm 100% sure that's what they're referencing, by the way, also. Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. So he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out as much as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Johnson. Do you think so? Well, Mr. Garadeb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol. What the fuck is... What are all these fucking British words? I mean, obviously... Okay, to be fair, it is set in a setting where it makes sense. But I have to look up, like, every fucking word. Of course, okay. A trivial or nonsensical fuss. A showy but useless item. Yes, okay, okay. That's a dated term, so it's probably that one. A showy but useless item. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Let these good people see it properly. Joan, fetch the... Ah! What? Fuck. Dash it all, woman! Be careful! Oh, dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir. You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands! I shall be more careful, sir. So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right? Yes! We would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only too pleased, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We've forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Oops. Got some pressure. Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes! Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. Oh, but, you have a copy of Rent's magazine here, so... Huh? No, Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. So he's in Soseki-san's room. It's a bloody nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling. Okay. Tell me about Mr. Natsume. Yeah, Susano's gonna, like, freak the fuck out. About Mr. Natsume, then, Mr. Garada. Please do tell us. I kind of imagine it... Okay, I kind of imagine it like the... I'm thinking of, like, Arrested Development with, like, the John Parmesan thing. With Lucille, like, freaking out every time she sees John Parmesan. Yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week. So he moved in very recently, then. I have 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor and one just below us. The first floor room became available a week ago, you see. There had been... Ah! Dash it all, Joan! Do be careful. Oh, my goodness. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Okay, do we think she's maliciously doing this? If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh? Why? Because you're a fucking racist? Okay. He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything. We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. I had to look up Jean Parmesan, but that seems accurate. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I enjoyed Arrested Development when I watched it. I haven't seen it, like, recently, but... That's the first thing that came to mind. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes, oh yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. What do you have to say? Had you noticed anything at all? Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh, my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchard. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. Bitch, he's been there for a fucking week. Do you think he has... Hold on. Do you think he has naughty books? Is that why she thinks he's shady? N-A-U-G-H-T-Y, not K-N-O-T-T-Y. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed, too. Oh, I see. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Oh, wow, okay. I must be really shady then, because I stay up way past 2 in the morning. Yeah, I'm called out! I know! Not me staying up till 5 a.m. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsune's routine? Oh! I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct? That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and street level. Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed. Terrible landlords, that's why. Good grief, Joan. Be more careful, woman. Oh my goodness, sir. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Something doesn't add up here. Are they I was like, you know, if they had, like, cameras, they could be spying on their tenants, but I wonder if they have, like, I wonder if it's gonna be something ridiculous, like they have, like, a periscope or something. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Tell me about the incident 2 days ago. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window at around that time? The window? Yeah, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement, just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garrideb household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it should have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary, then? Such as? Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Well. Yes? Was there something, then? Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but... Whoa! Wait, I missed that! Hold on. Wait, hold on. It's nothing particularly significant, but around that sort of time in here, there... Ah! Okay, so she stopped him from saying something. For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing. Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Do be more careful, woman. Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hollow. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, she's trying to say his name. She's trying to say Naruhodo. I'm trying to figure out a way to say Johnson, but like she said this, but I can't figure it out. It's Johnson. It's Johnson. Not. I think it's Johnson, right? Not hamburger. Yeah, because Naruhodo is right. So. If I may, Mr. Burger. Oh, yes? I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? Mr. Garrideb? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. John Donne. Mr. John Donne! I missed that dialogue again. Hold on. Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of... Ah! Joan! Dash it all! What's the matter with you, woman? Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Yeah, Joan's skyrocketing to the top of the suspicious list. Absolutely. How much fucking tea does she have in there? Girl. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan? That's right, Mr. Garrideb. What is the matter with these two? It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what? I wish I knew. Okay. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsumi's room is on? Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak? Yes. Told me not his name had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsumi has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services? That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Natsumi's room, I mean. Don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. I promise I won't spill any more tea on you. Yep. I mean, she's gonna be out. She's not gonna have any more tea left to spill. Okay. I think I should probably take my break here before we get into this next section. I'm gonna make myself some tea, speaking of tea, and I'm not gonna spill it on myself. So, I'll be right back. Please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch. Go make some tea if you want. Will I start with my vape? No, I wish I had a pipe like that. I really wish I had a pipe like that. I'll be right back. See you soon. February 19th, Mr. Natsumi's room. There's a kitty. There's a kitty. Who's looking out for the kitty right now? There's just a cat in this fucking room, and the dude's been in jail. Okay. What? Just look at this place. And smell it. It's so musty in here. Just because there's like 1,000 books. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. I mean, this makes sense. He's like he's learning English, right? Of course he would go to a bookstore and like try to grasp as much of the language as possible. He's a literature student. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life. No, me neither. It's so dark in here, too. Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think, yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsumi lives. By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true. But according to what Mr. Garrideb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Oh my god, are we gonna, like, find him in something? Like a pile of books? He's gonna be hiding somewhere. He's gonna pop up from in there, right? Probably. Let's see. Let's start over here. Oh, look! It's a beckoning cat from home! It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsumi didn't bring that Maneki Nico all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Johnson. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsumi wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say. It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Susato can read minds here. I know that's not the first time that she's, like, made a comment about something that he was thinking. Books. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reached the ceiling. Susato's full name is Susato Mikotoba? Mikotoba? Court record, let's see. Yeah. They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty. With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? Just wondered if it was Sykes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's a... It's possible. I don't want to look up anything about the names just in case. Because, yeah, that would be great. That would actually be great. No, what a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Hold on, wait. I missed what... I forgot already what she said. Sorry. Oh, you'd never be short of reading material. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Hamburger Johnson doesn't like to read, apparently. A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side. I suppose that Mr. Natsumi would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, he surely dreamt of books every night as well. Yeah, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a secondhand bookshop. Your books. Great bookstore name. Great bookshop name. For anyone who's only listening to this, the name of the bookstore is Your Books, Y-O-R-E. Oh, yeah. Mr. Natsumi's name is on it, look. And the date of purchase? 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. The secondhand book receipt has been entered into the court record. Okay. I guess we should go look at what's on the book receipt, huh? Your books. Customer, Mr. Natsumi. The sum of 2 shillings tendered in the receipt of a picture of Monsieur Lecoq, a meal for Gaborio, and Canterbury Yearnings. Okay. Does this matter? I mean, this might matter. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, could we have... Hold on. Wait, shoot. I didn't check it to get their dialogue about it. I keep forgetting that I can do that. That's a new thing for this game. Oh, there isn't anything to investigate. Okay, forget it. Okay. Kitty. Look at window. Could you even call this a window? I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although, all that remains is a frame around some bricks now. So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? But why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah! Perhaps Mr. Natsumi painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy. Ugh, that's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive. It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying. Okay. Kitty. Oh my god! Ah! Oh my! What an adorable little cat! That was so cute! Oh my god. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master's away. I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mikey, right? Wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsumi brought the little creature with him from Japan. That's made me feel homesick now. Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days. I mean, they've also been traveling for, like, months, right? That cat was so cute, but now the cat's gone! Now it's gone! And I can't look at it anymore! Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There's notes scrawled all over them, in English. It looks like the waste paper basket is so full they've just fallen out. I think Mr. Natsumi must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? Or deeply averse to tidying up this mess. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Thank you, Indy, for the clip. Oh my god. That cat— Oh! When did Herlock get here? I swear I just looked here and he wasn't here. Did he turn into a cat? Sorry, did the cat turn— the cat turn into him? What? I haven't seen the cat on screen at the same time as I've seen Herlock. With the flip. Okay. I guess, let's go. Ah! Look! Mr. Johnson! Aha! There he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello? Mr. Sholmes! Aw, so cool. Okay. You two. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes! We were together on the SS Buria. Yes, of course. The Buria. Let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Asogi. He died. Tragically. But you were a great help to us. Ah, yes. But of course. The case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh! Well, you seem to remember. Something of it, at least. What an honor to remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes. This is Mr... Oh, no. My dear madame, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruhodo. Sorry, Miss Johnson. I guess Miss Johnson. And Mr. Suzato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round. Great. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both back to my Baker Suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in more than 30 minutes. So they apprehended Soseki-san in that short of an amount of time? I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. A little? It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to an extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. He means hot dog, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, We have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madame, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Okay. Let's talk. Let's converse about Mr. Natsumi's arrest. Hold on. Is it time for me to drink? You know, this didn't need honey, though. I think it would be sweet enough without it. But I wanted the honey for my throat. He had to downgrade from a brain palace to a brain attic. Yes. Brain attic is a good term. Mr. Natsumi's arrest. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsumi. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsumi. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsumi denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What? I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh? How? I assure you that I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote, verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of the man seen fleeing the crime scene. A man seen fleeing... There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. Hello? There we go. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsumi is the culprit, then? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia. Okay, sure. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, okay, we have to present the note to him. But also... Let's ask about the other questions first, I guess, and then do the presenting? We'll see. Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb, a retired military man who took an arrow to the knee. It was the first time I had ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services. And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may be well aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standing? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those that do not are believed that. Have some respect, he defeated Aldo in the World Eater. Uh-huh. I just had a thought. Do we think the maid isn't actually his maid and he's just using, like, I don't know. I wonder if she's not actually a maid. Okay, anyway. Doing some thinking here, based on what he just said. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary. As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Could be, yeah, she kept burning him to stop him talking, yes! Classic Ace Attorney fashion. Classic Ace Attorney shenanigans, you know. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garadeb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am yet unable to ascertain. Ascertain? How are you supposed to say that word? Anyway, I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say. He's saying he's suspicious as fuck. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Okay, cool. Okay, so I was saying it correctly then. Cool. Sweet, thank you. Mr. Natsumi stabbed no one. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that? Surely, not a tax on windows. Precisely that. Oh my goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. What the fuck? Is this a real thing? Okay. Well, the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust! Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light? Sounds pretty real to me. I think perhaps heating and gas costs. Yeah, I'm curious about this now. That's fucked up. Window tax. Wow! Yeah, okay, yeah. In 1696 in England, William III introduced the infamous window tax, taxing houses based on the number of windows they had. Houses with more than 10 windows had to pay a steep 10 shillings. Many houses bricked up their windows to reduce the number, which caused health problems. But why? What is the reason? Oh, because they needed to fucking cover revenue. Okay. It's just an arbitrary bullshit tax. Wow. Yeah, it was just money. It was literally just money. Yep. Hey there, Sword. Welcome in. I'm learning about a British window tax, apparently. Which I didn't know about before I played this game. Apparently it was repealed in 1851. So it stayed in place for like 200 years? What the fuck? What the fuck? That is fucked up! Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Ah. Okay, indeed. Disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. Okay, there, we should have continued through. So this takes place in... $1890? Yeah, okay. Okay. Cool. Now we have a time period, I guess, actually. So, oh yeah, okay, so it was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsumi's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging. And discovered that these lodgings were offered at extraordinary low price. Because the room's so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsumi only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm curious now. Low price of only 95% of your income. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Brick window, yep. The law was repealed 40 years ago, but they still haven't put a window in there. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Yes. Mr. Johnson. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remembered that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsumi, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsumi didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Fucking Sholmes. Nevertheless, there are 2 facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. And one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us! I cannot say with any certainty whether it is or not of relevance to this case. Cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garrideb is? Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Johnson, as yet our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsumi's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garrideb's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Johnson. Okay. A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. I fucking love that he's just, like, hanging out in here. Great. Excellent. Okay. I didn't get a chance to present the receipt, did I? Oh, well. I listened to quite a lot of Industrial Revolution and other university lectures. Very interesting stuff. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's, yeah, I don't know much about, like, I don't know much about, like, Industrial Revolution era, other than, like, what I learned in school, like, many, many years ago. Okay, I don't know where to go next. I don't know if we'll see Biff Stroganoff. Mr. Biff Stroganoff. Okay, we should probably go to Mr. Garridib's room, right? We need to figure out some information. Yep, okay, cool. Ah, you Paragon. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Yes. Rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is, in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. You sure about that, dude? Now then, why don't you tell me what— Ah! For the upteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bloody well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Ah, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you would be so kind. Oh, yeah, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. Okay, fine. I guess, sure. The Great Courses series is solid. I'm gonna write that down. I don't listen to audiobooks. I wish I had time to listen to audiobooks. But I'm gonna write that down. Newton's listens to audiobooks, so... The Great Courses. Cool. Yeah, I haven't had, like, commuting time. Usually, like, I would take the subway or whatever to work, at least, like, once a week. But, you know, since pandemic, I haven't had time to, like, listen to, like, audiobooks or podcasts or anything. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. According to Miss Sholmes, Mr. Garridib is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Oh, wait, is that Sholmes? Hey. When did you get here? What the frick? What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madame. Yet sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. He's standing on that ledge like a cat. Exactly, right? You turn into a cat! It sucks, but the only one I don't recommend is their astronomy one? Oh, that's too bad. I love astronomy stuff. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. You gotta watch sunset. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Johnson. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Oh shit, are they gonna dance deduct? What, do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Johnson? I think so. There is just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Why is there a McDonald's Moon Man in this game? Oh my god, that's very good. Yeah, he looks like a Moon Man. Yeah, I mentioned he looked like a crescent moon before, but I didn't think about the McDonald's Moon Man. A Sherlock Holmes-like game, but all the characters are just cats and other animals? Oh my god. Mr. Garrideb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear for me. Also, hey there, Newtons. Welcome in. Hope you're doing great. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Johnson, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. Okay, I didn't think that it was a creature or wild animal that tore up the crockery, as they put it. But I guess that makes sense. That it was... or they could have shot a cannon into it, but I don't know. I feel like that might have shot through the wall. Having a very good day at work making art for third graders. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I saw the picture you sent before. Or one of the pictures. I don't know if you sent more. How? How could you possibly... How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts! Ah! And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! Oh yeah, the Great Deduction. The game is afoot! Topic 1, Nature of the Beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes sure are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the lion statue. I don't know about that. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Yet, living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well? Oh, well. Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pockets gives a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garadeb. At Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. I don't know about that. Do you think he really had a tiger in here? Okay. I kind of hope he's wrong. Yeah. I wonder if a cat fucked his shit up. Perhaps the cat that was downstairs. Now, Mr. Garadeb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man. I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you have no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last, unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Was it the window tax all along? Yeah, I guess they needed the window tax. Maybe now they're losing money. Hemorrhaging money because they don't have the window tax anymore. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Ah. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast begun to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Okay. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Okay, well. That was a lot. Garrett, it must be hint to his true name, Joe Exotic. God damn it. What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Johnson. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Why is he super into it being a lion? Okay. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe that I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on the great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, is that how it works? Okay. Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Johnson, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it! Slight massage. Okay. Okay. Excellent! I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward. Mr. Johnson. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsumi's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late with these four walls. Within these four walls, sorry. And thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ugh! For a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Is this the same dialogue, right? Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Okay. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yeah, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Okay, hold on. How do I zoom out of here? Hey, Paperette. Everyone better be paying attention. Gonna be on Crime's Family Questions. Yep, uh-huh. Definitely. Is it the photograph frame? Guys, I can't zoom out, right?
Take that!
Take that. Paperette, hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Also, I fucking love that you're using my... That's like my favorite emote. That's honestly like my favorite emote, and it is perfect. Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. Though I have yet to examine it in detail, I can assure you that it holds the answer. Yeah, that's why I keep using it because I was gifted it by random chance out of how many people? I know, right? Out of like 80,000 people. It's perfect. I love it so much. Girl, gotta use it. Yep. Believe me. I use that emote all the freaking time. It rules. Okay. Because I'm employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions, you see. That deduction was wanting in every way. Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. I think did I pick the wrong thing? Okay, I don't know, whatever. I find myself never wanting to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Oh, sorry. I'll try again. Oh, yeah, I did fuck that up. Wow, okay. Really? Well, what do we know with some certainty is that a destructive creature has been at work in this room. They looked in the direction of something that gives its identity away. Okay. Okay, hold on. Maybe I just didn't realize that I could zoom out. Hold on. It's here. Really? I can't believe it wasn't that. Okay. I guess it could be the mortar shell. There's literally nothing else I can pick. And I don't think I can zoom out of here anywhere.
Take that!
Did I fuck up? Okay, is these shells. With their butter wouldn't melt accomplice the cannon. But war is good for nothing. It brings only destruction. Something we must all strive to understand. No. That wasn't it either. Okay, I feel like I can't... Oh, hold on, okay. In fact, guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go save my game because clearly I'm fucking this up. I didn't see anything else I could present here. I mean, is it maybe that he actually did look at the lion statue? But not because it's a lion? Because I don't see any other thing that I can look at. Like, it highlights things that I can interact with, right? I presented the photograph, I presented the lion statue, and I presented the mortar shells. But I literally... I don't see anything else I can present, so... Unless it is actually the lion? What the flip? Okay, hold on. I pulled up my walkthrough and I am actually supposed to present the photograph frame. But I think I missed... Did I miss something here? Oh, frick. Yeah, okay, I missed something. So what I have to do, hold on. How do I examine? There we go. I forgot. So if there was no fucking button down there, it didn't actually tell you that you could examine that, by the way. There was no examine button down there. So that confused the hell out of me. There was literally only present as an option there. I had to hit A to go and examine it. Okay, that's what I get for not playing this for like several weeks. What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Garrett's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Okay. I thought that was a child. Oh, no, I guess this is a wedding photo. Yeah, okay, I see. Never mind, it's totally the maid, right? This is the maid? The maid's his wife.
Take that!
Yeah, there we go. I love these animations. I love these scenes with, like, with Hamburger Johnson, like, doing all the... Yeah, look at this photograph. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Johnson. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garredeb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Okay, listen, hold on. If I was strong enough that someone was like, yo, she is a beast, yeah, I would think I would. Unless they were using it as a fucking insult. Honored might be stretching it to a point. Too late! The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garredeb. Ah! The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Metroid beast. Well... Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame. Okay, so yeah, his wife is playing up the role of the maid because it makes him look richer than he is. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. Oh, it's the same dialogue as before. It is? Your dress pocket gives a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, why is... My right controller keeps disconnecting. That's why sometimes I'm trying to hit A on things and it's like a pause, because I'm like, hello? The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. It happened again. It disconnected. Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Like literally right here. Okay, we can do a full circle around her. So we should look at the pocket, right? Hold on, I'm trying to get over there to look at the pocket. There we go. Did she tear up the room when he asked her to pose as the maid? Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what happened, right? I would not be happy about that. Okay. That certainly does appear to be a circus handbill poking out from her pocket. Batty's Circus. Currently performing shows in a park not far from here. You don't think? Surely Mr. Garrideb didn't sell his wife to the circus. Mr. Johnson! How could you even think such a thing? I was only joking. Besides, I would have gone with do you think he fed her to his pet lion? That's somehow worse. God damn it. Okay. Two tightly shut eyes to avoid even the chance of a giveaway glance. Pursed lips to prevent any secrets from slipping out. Rounded cheeks to deflect any abuse that might be hurled her way. Yes, this is an unnervingly powerful woman, Miss Susato. It's your turn of phrase that's unnerving, Mr. Johnson. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's her, right? Wait. Wait, hold on. What do I have to present here? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, I just noticed. Wait. Can we examine the fact that he has his fucking cheek slapped over here? Yeah. Yeah, he got slapped real hard. That sucks. Okay, why can't I examine this, though? That's still the maid. I don't know if I should be I don't know what to present here. Where it says about what reveals Mr. Garrideb's current whereabouts. I think we're too far ahead, right? Because we can't examine this yet, so that makes me think that's probably something for later. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, God. Can I get under here? Oh, look at that. Is that a wedding ring? She's wearing a very large ring, look. Oh, yeah, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means... it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on there for life, too. I can't imagine it would slide off a finger of that size. That's something to think, Mr. Naruhoto, not to say. Sorry, Mr. Johnson. Do you know Mr. Garrideb's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one? It was a large sunflower design as well. Really? You have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? Okay, well that's the thing I'm presenting then.
Take that!
Take that! Your wedding ring gives a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah. Indeed it does! That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Or it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Miss Garrideb herself. Oh my word! Yeah. Gotcha! Gotcha! Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised. This is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally corker back. Yeah, fuck you. Get fucked. It would appear that you do not live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. Tsk. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was 2nd Lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please. Gotcha. Solved. Okay. I feel like we should take a break here before we continue through this section. So I'm gonna be right back. Please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch, and I will see you all very soon. Be right back. Back to this. Now, Mr. Garrideb! It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe prose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably intangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Oh, this is the thing with the slap. Okay, I got it. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Yeah, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garrideb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm seems to be propping up his head. Has some other significance, then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Oh, you mean his fucking slapped face over here? It's gotta be that, right? Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, that's quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Garrideb has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. This is the thing I should present, right? Guilty. I mean, he asked his wife to be his maid. I'm pretty sure that's probably why. But I mean, that's what we're figuring out, right? Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. I love Hamburger Johnson's, like, pose here and his expression. So good. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garadeb? Well, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garadeb to fly into a rage. We need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Didn't Mr. Shom say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yeah, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garadeb's wife. Mr. Johnson! She's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. I'm assuming it's something... Is it this? Should I check? Okay, I should probably check the book first. Well, actually, let's check both. Looking at all these bills, it certainly amounts to a great deal of food. Meat and potatoes by the cartload, wasn't it? Well, looking at the two of them, you can tell immediately who eats the lion's share in the household. Well, at least we're no longer talking about an actual lion anymore. Oh, this has a kiss on it. There's also some smashed plates over here. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garadeb is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note, written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Is this a Silent Hill reference? Sorry, is this a Silent Hill 2 reference? Okay. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look, next to the signature here, lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark's actually a love note then. Well, that's what I'm presenting, I guess.
Take that!
They're going broke because of Garadeb's gambling and escort addiction. Yeah, I believe it. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Ah! But I don't know the Bali woman! You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right! That's what I've been saying! Ah! A likely story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there. So, the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right! That's what I've been saying! Ah! A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. Ah! A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes! Question mark? Okay. Hey, Uchi! Welcome in! Happy Tuesday! Hope you're doing great. We're investigating this landlord's house, and he has his wife posing as his maid so he can look more rich than he is. Yeah, were the cakes on fire? Yeah, I know, right? But surely Miss Garrett didn't eat the carpet? No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt. The state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Shum's deduction that we need to fix. We needed to only follow Miss Garrett's glaze. Oh my god, I read that as glaze again. We need only to follow Miss Garrett's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes! Yeah! My cakes are on fire. Yeah, I really don't like, the domestic violence stuff that's going on and how they're playing it, by the way. It's really uncomfortable. There's that, and there's also the fact that they're making fun of, her weight. Because she's a terrible person, which is also not cool. There's a lot of, not great. I don't like how they're, like, it's not really, I guess it's not really glorifying domestic violence, but it's not, they're playing it like a joke, and it's really not. Can I look around? Okay. You know, it's probably the fucking candle, right? It's the kind of stuff you'd expect to be played on like 20 plus years ago. Yeah, yeah. To be fair, this game did come out in Japan like mid 2000s, right? I'm not actually sure. But it's still not great. It's still not great. I'm gonna see what happens when you go to... Actually, do I want to go look at the Tower of Cakes? I feel like that's gonna result in some bad fat shaming stuff. I am gonna check this, though, because I feel like this is probably has to do with, you know, the candle that's right there that set it on fire. The carpet here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Shum's deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly. Oh, look here. Oh, yeah, Uchi, I've been trying to figure out the pun on his name, but I don't know it yet, but I also don't want to go look it up for spoiler reasons. I thought it was something that was backwards, but... not sure. Mid-2000s. Yeah, hold on. Let me look up when Great Ace Attorney came out, because it might have been... But yeah, still. This is just a remake of it, but, like, I don't know. Great Ace Attorney... No, 2015. There you go. Actually, was not that long ago. But this is also a weird thing where it's, like, a game that came out in 2015 that was set in 1890? Reference to a Sherlock Holmes story. Title would be... Oh, okay. Sounds like a meme. Okay, forget it. Okay. What is it? If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks. Oh, yeah, so you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. Oh, the candlestick. There we go. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Oh dear. That would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yeah, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the 3 missing from its holder? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to present here. I don't know if I should present... Maybe I should present the candlestick? I'm assuming I should present the candlestick rather than the carpet itself. Because that would be proof that it was lit up, and then it ended up on the floor because she was throwing shit around.
Take that!
Yeah, that was it. Okay, yes. To explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed, they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Miss Garadeb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. His poses are getting very dynamic. Yes, I was appreciating Hamburger Johnson's poses before in these like dance seduction scenes because they're very good. He goes into like finger guns all over the place. Yes, For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman. Blech, I can read. The most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of, marital? It's marital, right? Oh my god, fucking words. After the sparks of marital discord flew, the room was the scene of a fire. Words, I can words. Mr. Sholmes, sir, I salute you! Okay. I mean, yep, we figured it out. Yeah! Uchi, Great Noon said the same thing earlier. Yeah. Yep. Also, I'm positive that that note in the book was totally a Silent Hill reference. Or rather, Silent Hill 2, very different. The story in 1 and 2 are different. Very good. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good secondhand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt Ah! Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by a fire when the candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garrideb? Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is I lost my favorite. The book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride. Ah, yes. Your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title did not influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Shom's deductions turned out to be correct once again! Did they, Susato? It can only be described as a great British wonder. Yeah, Susato will do that for him, exactly! I tell you it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in full fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was, 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think. So at exactly the same time? As a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? So what the fuck was the point of any of this? Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Johnson, what can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrideb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsumi's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were gonna say that. Now, Mr. Johnson, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh, shit, oh. Is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsumi's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadeb. Oh yes. I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Soseki-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. Come on, controller, please. Okay. Great, cool. I love that we wasted... Yeah, this has nothing to do with the fucking case. It has nothing to do with the case. We just... It was like, here, let's play up domestic violence for comedy. The fuck? I'm hoping this was relevant in some sort of way. I mean, I guess... Okay, let's... Is there... There's something else to chat to them about, isn't there? Hold on. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Narrow Hollow. But I'm afraid it's supper time now. I'll have to ask you to leave. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh no, that was it. Okay. If we linger too long, Miss Garadeb will start pouring tea again. No one wants that. Alright, shall we go then? No doubt Soseki-san is beside himself in his cell waiting for us to return. I can't afford to spend any longer making up my mind. Okay. Let's go. Prison. It's that time, Mr. I keep wanting... Okay, so here's my problem. I keep wanting to read Naruhodo as right, so because of Phoenix Wright, but I'm replacing it with another word. So it's time, Mr. Johnson. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail a carry. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garadeb's house. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking nimini-pimini? Who are these characters? What is going on? Hold on, it skipped that automatically. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about? Excuse me. Ah, what the? Who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Hamburger Johnson, is a lawyer, you see. Huh? A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Tss. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet! Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? These are both JoJo characters. They definitely... These people are dressed like they have stands. I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle, thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garadeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garadeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsumi. Oh, more worthy a polemist than my battle of words near could there be. Sorry, battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsuni and I sparred long into the night. I see. Book nerds. I don't fully understand it, but Mr. Natsumi and this gentleman are acquainted, at least. So, fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Farewell thee! Fare thee well, sorry. What do you think this guy's name is? I have no idea. Something Shakespeare-ish. I don't know. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what happened to Mr. Natsumi, so he can't really help us. It's because he's a fucking book pervert. Do you see what he's wearing? I'm wondering if he's like the bookstore owner or something, but maybe not. I don't know. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garrett house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Yes. I'm sure that Mr. Natsumi is eagerly awaiting our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. All book perverts dressed like a fake king. I mean, in 1890, maybe. Okay. 6:31 p.m. local prison cell 9. Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Locum student, Mr. Johnson Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsumi. Oh, no. Think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nipponese! Oh, now let's not get carried away. Who do we think this is? Vampire Dracula, bitch? I don't know. Oh, I quite agree. There is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand... Oh no, it's Sholmes, okay. It is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates that fact. Such is my belief, at least. It's you! The miserable, rotten spy! Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair. Also, sorry, I missed a message. What happened to the maid and Moonman? Nothing. There was literally no point to that story. So, I don't know if it'll be relevant again or not. But we just figured out that they had a giant fire in their apartment. Caused by her. I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Ah! You! How dare you, Herlock Sholmes! Ugh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings, no doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is damned! What are you thinking, Mr. Johnson? You mentioned that one just before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean? Yeah, it's because the fucking landlord... Okay, I'm pretty sure the landlord is fucking spying on their tenants. Because they're shitty people. And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Her Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Okay. Tell me about the cursed trial. Mr. Natsuni, what did you mean by what you just said now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed. Oh, no. Why? Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me! Summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words! No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly! Soseki is named after the real-life author who wrote I Am a Cat. Oh. I don't know that, but... There was a cat before. Yesterday, Mr. Johnson successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over... the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGill did. What? Ah, I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes. Surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself? Oh no, he couldn't have, surely? You have some wonderful notions. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, that was really funny. The interaction between Sholmes laughing there and Soseki freaking out. Yeah, the guy who looked like a ring pop, yes, he did die. He was killed. He was inside the carriage and it got burned in the courtroom. Yeah, he's dead. Mr. McGill is dead. You have some wonderful notions. Sorry. The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh, yeah. Why, of course he is. Ah, of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean by that? I Am a Cat is an influential story in Japan, still being taught in schools today, apparently. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard about that. Let's ask about the Reaper, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, they think Vampire Dracula killed him. Killed the ring pop guy. Van Zieks is quite an exceptional man. Is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. Ah, that's good. Soseki-san looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several different points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhanded means, those who would want to are able to Swap the jury. Sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, is from time to time, my dear madame. It is simply the reality of this situation. And that's all right. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my. Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking. Disappear? But how? Ah, by all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Oh, no, 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 no! All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Johnson. Shit. I knew it! I'm, dead! Dodo! Done for! Doomed! Sholmes? Yeah, Herlock Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes is his name. Hey there, Spider. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's how they get rid of the copyright problems, you know? We already... Jack the Flipper. Just goes around flipping people off. Cursed lodgings, let's ask about those. When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garridib's house, I assume? Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. You must have been very lonely having been away from your homeland for such a long time. I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road, a week ago now. He's gonna flip Hamburger Johnson. Yes. Why did you choose there? It seems a little, inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, the room is cursed. Oops. The room is cursed. Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him. If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place! Yes. Well said. But it was true! It was all true! You mean, the room really is cursed then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole! My sleep has been plagued with nightmares! I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death! And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street! I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really? No one at all? To believe? Yes. To believe. To believe. Wait a sec, he's gonna get ulcers. Poor guy. Mr. Sholmes. Me, Mr. Johnson. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. Oh. Oh, this is a quote by the real life, Natsumi Soseki. Oh, the 2 years I spent in London were the most unpleasant years of my life. Among English gentlemen, I lived in misery like a poor dog that strayed among a pack of wolves. Oh. Okay, that's really interesting this is based on an actual person. just smile. Yeah, in the words of Sonic the Hedgehog. The Buria. The Buria! Ah, that case, the one with the snake. Well, I mean, yeah. At the time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see, yes, you mean... because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room? Well, like, if you like, yeah. I'm a little surprised the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts? You must have suspected me, like, a little. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning... Controller, please. Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, yes, he's right! He's right! Locum student, Mr. Johnson Esquire! Whether or not I can believe myself. Ah, yes, Kazuma. I still think you did it, yeah. You need belief, you gotta believe. And I believe in nothing. Sholmes, I guess. Yeah, basically, he's like, just believe in whatever you want to believe. There we go. You're good. Great. Thanks, Sherlock Sholmes, sorry. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Hello, what is up? These controllers are fully charged. I keep losing signal on them for whatever reason. Hello? Come on, we're at the end of the fucking case. Are you serious? Like, this is on, clearly. How did I disconnect? How is this happening? How is this happening? Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking just turn on my other controller. How about this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. You were so right, Kazuma. I love... Okay, sorry, I thought it was gonna end there. I thought we were gonna end up in To Be Continued. It was like the last line. Okay, whatever. Yeah, here it is. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? He does have the best faces. Oh dear, there's never enough time, is there? Mr. Natsumi, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. We're gonna make him cry! Locum student, Mr. Johnson Esquire! As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in. The defendant. Justice or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else. To trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Johnson! And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsumi, are innocent of this crime. And it is imperative that we prove that in court. Locum student Mr. Johnson Esquire! I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsumi. It would be fair to say, Mr. Johnson, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Believe in the heart of the hamburger. Miss Susato. Yes? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely! As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. Oh, fuck. I don't... Damn it. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Shomes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. So Seki-sen has no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him. To fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. This hamburger comes with pickles. To be continued. Okay. Save, yes. Oh, my voice. Overwrite. Okay, yeah. Cool. Very good. Good, actually, no, you know what? Honestly, I'm a little bit upset with today's chapter here. I'm not a fan of, what they did with that couple. The Garrett couple there. And especially because it wasn't even, like, relevant to the story. Overall, Good Shomes, but other than that. Yeah, that chapter was all over the place. I actually came across something the other day that was like, this is the worst chapter in all of the Great Ace Attorney. Or this episode 4 is, like, the worst. And I was like, oh, good. Oh, good. Anyway. I guess we'll find out when we do the trial on, next Tuesday. Anyway, yeah.